everyone. I am Maria Micaela Guevara, and today we will be talking about silent way. So, I know some of you here is not familiar about this method, but I want all of you to listen, lend your ears as we go along the lesson so you will have an idea about it. So, what is silent way? So, according to Caleb Catinho, the one who devised this, silent way is the language teaching method. It is an extensive use of silence used as the teaching technique. So, ibig sabihin, yung silence ng mga bata ang nasa learning process. Ito yung ginagamit nila. Who is this Caleb Catinho and why he developed this kind of method? So, Caleb Catinho is one of the most influential and prolific mathematics educators of the 20th century. He is best known of his innovative approaches to teaching and learning mathematics like visible and tangible mathematics, foreign language, the silent way, reading, the words in color. So later on, you will have an idea about the words. Caleb Catinho developed silent way to solve general problems in learning, which he had previously applied to the teaching of mathematics and of the spelling of the mother tongue. So, in silent way, teacher must not interfere with the learning process. In short, it is a student-centered method in silent way. First, teaching should be subordinate to learning. Second, language is not learned by repeating after a model. Students need to develop their own inner criteria for correctness, meaning to say, they are expected to be independent, autonomous, and responsible. Third principle is students should be practicing the language, not the teachers. As I have said a while ago, teacher must not interfere in the learning process. Fourth, errors are important and necessary for learning. We are not perfect. We all learn from our mistakes. In order for us to become a better person, we should not see our mistake as a distraction, rather an inspiration for us. In silent way for students. First, they need to be more observant. Here, they can develop their comprehension and critical thinking skills. Second, they must be willing to let go and must be willing to discover the language. Here, they can develop the needed information in the positive manner. The last step is they must have a positive attitude. We all know that if you have a positive attitude, you can have your goal, right? It is the way in anticipating happiness, your health, your success, and opportunities if you have a positive mind.
So hello, good afternoon everyone. So I am Carl Kahusay and I am discussing for today about the goals of the silent way. So when we say the goals of the silent way, it is a student are expected to become the independent, autonomous, and responsible. Students can use the language for self-expression. They can develop independence from the teacher. And also, it is a platform of interaction between and among these students. And it is developed self-exploration by discovering their own mistakes. And the next is the activities in the classroom. It is the teachers model a word, phrase, or sentences elicits learning responses, and learners then create their own utterances by putting together old and new information. And teachers' modeling is minimal, although much of the activity is teacher-directed.
Good afternoon, I'm Crizal K. Gonya and I will discuss to you the continuation of our discussion. It is about the advantages and disadvantages of silent way teaching method. So, the silent way is characterized by its focus on discovery, creativity, problem solving, and the use of accompanying materials. There are advantages and disadvantages of this silent way teaching method. The advantages, the first is students are able to fix their own pronunciation based on the teacher's guidance. So, the students interact not only with teachers but also with each others because silent way teacher speaks so little. They are free to observe their student carefully and be available to them. Next, advantages of this silent way, learning through problem solving fosters creativity, discovery, an increase in intelligence potency, and long-term memory. Learning through problem solving looks attractive especially because it fosters in our creativity, discovery, increase in intelligence potency, and also long-term memory of every learners. The indirect role of the teacher highlights the importance and the certainty of the learner who is responsible in figuring out and testing the hypothesis about how language works. In other words, teaching is subordinated to learning. If there are advantages, there are also disadvantages of this silent way teaching method. The first one, there are lack of sounds and pronunciation knowledge, so it is sometimes confusing. The silent way is often criticized of being a harsh method. The learner's works in isolation and communication is lacking badly in a silent way classroom. Another one, the disadvantages of silent way, there is lack of teacher's guidance. With the minimum help on the part of the teachers, the silent way method may put the learning itself at stake. This silent way method emphasizes the autonomy of the learner. The teacher role is to monitor the student's effort, and the students are encouraged to have an active role in learning the language.
So, the materials used in silent way. First, the sound color chart, word chart, fiddle chart, wall pictures, and the questionnaire road. So, the sound color chart, the teacher used this chart to help and to teach pronunciation as well as pointing to colors to help students with the different sounds and represent the sound of the language. And also the word chart. Word chart, it is the words and words are written with the same color code. For example, if the students read the word green on the word chart, they will be automatic clue for the students. Then the fiddle chart shows all the possible spelling and also particularly useful for language such as English or French, Tagalog, or whatever that have. It is the irregular or the spelling. So the students can learn how to sound out, or from how words or practice words that have already been learned. So the wall pictures, it is also the important for visual aids as they provide physical presentation of vocabulary. For example, when learning the word cat, students will be represented with a picture of cat. These provide valuable contextual information about the meaning and use the word. The questioner wrote, when the teacher and students has difficulty expressing a desired word or concept, the rules can be supplemented by referring the Fidel chart or the visual aids used in the silent way, and also used to create the clear and visible situation. So that's all. That's all the materials used in silent way.
Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of a method of teaching grammar known as the silent way. Okay? I go to school.
I go to school.
You
go to school.
She goes to school.
She goes to school.
He
Goes to school.
we
go to school.
great. They
Go to school.
the teacher
The teacher goes to school.
the student
The student goes to school.
the brothers
The brothers go to school.
the parents
The parents go to school.
the parents go to work.
The parents go to work.
Okay. I take the train to school.
I take the train to school.
She
Takes the train to school.
excellent. Okay. How about Aaron walks to school.
Aaron walks